Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we currently have our vehicle here properly configured for orbital flight now that we've arrived at the station. Of course, Bob was left here, or rather Bill was left here. We may want to consider leaving Bob here this time and bringing Bill back, because Bob could at least work in the lab. So that may not be a bad idea, but of course we need to get in a little bit closer to the station here. So we're going to head on over this direction approximately. The question is, just how far are we... Please don't overshoot that hard. Just how far are we interested in going towards the station? Well, we need to get the Quest joint airlock over there, as well as doing our repair work. So I want to be a little below the station here. Technically, I think that's above the station. I guess that works. So in that case, we should rotate like so. And maybe be a little bit above the station beyond that. So about here or so. And I'm just going to burn us in this direction and pull us in towards the station at about a meter or two per second. It doesn't need to be very much. So, right, our thrust is very, very low. That's okay. Okay, we'll do about 3 meters per second. Yeah, this thrust can definitely be brought up to 10 now that we're properly configured for orbital flight. So that'll be great. We need to get the Quest joint airlock attached. We need to get our repair work done, and then that'll be it for this particular journey to the station. We're going to warp in a little bit here. Okay, we see it wiggling with the arm a bit. I'm sure it'll settle in. Let's see here. So we actually need to go to relative velocity up, and let's start doing a little bit of braking here. So somewhere around here. So we're going to come to a halt because we need to be on like the bottom side of this docking port. That's our goal here. So we're going to get this around to 1.5 meters per second, but we're of course going to bring it all the way down. Now we're going to need to go down and right a little bit. That'll be the current goal. So I want to point like... Actually, let's just kill this speed for now. And I want to set this docking port as our target, even though that's not our actual target right now. Okay, we're currently moving away. Right. Please stop, RCS. You're being a problem. Okay, so we're going to point at this target, and we're going to need to go down a little bit. So I want to align our wings about in line with the station here. And then we're going to need to go down. So RCS is going to go on, and we are going to push our way down just a bit. So that's 0.2 meters per second right now. I also want to push in a little bit towards the target. That's away from the target. Towards the target. To about half a meter per second. Okay. So we're currently dropping down beneath the station, which is exactly what I want to be doing. Because we need to get to the other side of this right here, right? So we need to just let this drop on down for a little further. It doesn't need to be too much further. Down to about... Well, I want to be far enough where we're not going to clip it with the tail, right? That would be ideal. So let's just bring it down to about here or so. So what we would end up doing from here is we're just re-angling our thrust here. And yeah, this is going to lose us some of our momentum, but we're now re-angling the thrust so that we are going just below this point. And really, we want to be setting this one as our target. Okay. And now we can push our way inward a little bit. About half a meter per second. And I still want to be a little bit below the target here in terms of our actual positioning. We can open up our cargo bay, and the actual deployment of the Quest joint airlock is going to be interesting. We'll see how we want to pull that off, but we're going to need our engineer over here. So we're just going to look to get into position first. That's step number 1. So just coming on in here, And we can certainly alter our rotation a wee bit here to be a little bit more in line with the station. Looks reasonably solid. And like I said, I want to be a little below it. Now, just to be safe, I'm going to retract this radiator. And we may also, if we can, want to retract this solar panel. I'm not convinced we can. If we break it, we can repair it with the repair kits that we have. So that's relatively fine. We may want to consider heading over to the right a little bit, though, and that is indeed exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm going to kill our downward momentum here. I don't want to be heading down at this moment. So now we're just drifting over to the right, but we're also heading towards the target still. So this is looking reasonably solid. I think that we have enough downward velocity at this point. And we just want to change our rightward position here in hopes of not hitting this solar panel, among other things. So that'll be reasonably fine. We will counter this momentum once we are roughly in line with our truss module here. And that'll be the goal. We're not quite there yet. So obviously we need to be like at this angle to the station, right? So it'll be a little bit until we get there. We do see that the target is moving on us, and that is not shocking. I'm going to start moving over this way. We're pretty close to being in line, but we're not quite there yet. And we do want to still be a little bit down from the target. Okay. That's pretty close to being in line. We're going to need to be substantially down from the target. So I'm going to add in some more verticality here. I'm going to put us on kill rot, and I'm going to rotate us, which I probably shouldn't have used RCS for that, but I'm going to rotate us to about here or so. That's pretty close. And now the question is, do we have enough speed in the negative direction? And I think the answer to that is yes. So I'm going to bring that up so that now we are going straight ahead here. Although I think that I want to bring this down a little bit and then bring us straight ahead like this. Yes. So we're just going to bring this right on in here. And then this is going to be a little bit awkward here, no doubt about it. But we're going to come to a halt right about now. Okay. Now we're going to need to get Bill out of the station. And Bill's going to need to come do some work on the shuttle. So Bill, out you come. Phenomenal. And you are going to let go, and you're going to head down. Where are you at? There you are. You're going to head down over here and just attach to the shuttle. Cool. So we're not at exactly even speeds, right? But we can unstrut this and unstrut this. There we go. That will now allow us to rotate this up over here like so, right? So a 90-degree rotation. However, we know that this needs to be flipped around. So, how are we going to do that? Well, the answer is with our grab arm here. So we're going to set up our grab arm to be about here. 90 degrees is probably not the angle that we're looking for. Flight engineer, you are very in the way right now. Just go up over here. Thank you. We're going to raise this guy on up. And as expected, we are now clipping into this, right? So I think that what we need to do is we need to... Well, I really want this to be dead on. 90 degrees. Like this. That would be ideal. So I think what we need to do is we need to rotate this guy over to be at minus 180. I'm going to turn RCS off for now. Minus 180, and then that will allow us to move this hinge back to maybe around 30 degrees. And yeah, that clips a bit. And then this servo gets rotated all the way back around. And then this we would add 30 degrees to, up to 120. Like that. And now we are lined up perfectly. right? So then we would extend this guy out most of the way. That traverse rate is probably a little too low. We'd extend that out most of the way to where it needs to be to grab. But not quite all. Not quite all. So perhaps around here or so. We arm the advanced grabbing unit. I'm going to quick save in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong here. Can't quick save while Kerbals are on a ladder. Right. There shouldn't be any physics issues with this, but at this point, Bill is going to need to head back into the lab here. Okay, Bill. Hop on in. We're going to quick save in case there's a massive physics issue here. There shouldn't be one. We are going to undock this. We are going to extend this out. Okay, we successfully grabbed it. That's a really good sign. Now we need to rotate this. So we need to set this servo, instead of being 22 degrees, it's going to need to be, what? It's going to need to be 180 plus 22 degrees, so 202 degrees. So that's actually going to be like negative 170 or 160 something. Something along those lines. Negative 168, I think. 158, maybe. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so now we're going to need Bill to hop on out and secure this. We can see it's definitely wiggling around, right? So we need to hop out, and we need to let go and head on down to the shuttle again. We're going to grab on right over here. And this is how this is supposed to be deployed. I mean, minus the clipping, I suppose. But this is how it's supposed to be deployed. Now, I would like to move it up a little bit, maybe, but I think this is actually reasonably fine. I think we're just going to strut this in here. So we will just strut it there, and we'll strut it over here as well, just to make sure to solidify it. So I'd like it to come in, like, over here or something. That'll do for now. Okay, next. We're on kill rot right now, so that seems fine. We're going to control from here, and we know that we're going to need to back up a little bit here. So that is not the way that I wanted to go. We need to... Hang on a moment. This way. Okay. Approximately right. Now we're going to need to go, I think, this direction a little bit. Yes, and we're watching this marker here, right? So we're just going to look to dock these up. Okay. Just changing us around a little bit. Now we want to go into the docking port. I don't know if we're going to have the space here. If we don't, we can move some things around, but we're going to find out. So I want to point at target. The question is, do we have enough space here, or do we need to move this thing in? Okay, that looks solid. Next, what I want to do is I want to turn this out of here. So we're going to set this back down over here. There we go. And this is very, very tight in here. No doubt about that. I wonder if that's going to cause an issue. I don't think it should. I don't think it should. Okay, so next up, we're going to use Bill here. And I'm going to freeze any... Actually, we can't freeze any rotation here. But we're going to hop into Kerbal construction mode. And we're going to... Let's see, where did we store our struts at? Are they in here? In this cargo storage unit? Are these struts? Yes, they are. Okay. So we absolutely want to strut this in and make sure that it's not going anywhere. And we're going to do that before we unstrut over here, right? So we're going to strut in one here. I'm going to strut in one over here. There we go. And then I'm going to strut in one here. And then this last one, well, as soon as we're out of this weld animation and not facing the wrong way. Okay, this last one we're just going to place right here. Cool. So just something like that for that strutting. Now, we no longer need this strut, which we can remove and put there, and then we no longer need this strut either, which we can remove and put there. Now, of course, we can hop up over here. I'm just going to put Bill on this ladder here. There we go. So there's the quest joint airlock installed. Now, the shuttle is, of course, going to need to disentangle from all of this. That's going to be exciting. But we have a couple more things that we need to do. Specifically, we need to get rid of this. For the moment, I'm just going to put it here. Unless we can put it... Actually, we could put it in the cargo storage unit. So we can just store it in there for now. We're not sure exactly where we want that to go yet. But we want to replace that with this docking port, right? So this docking port is going to go up here. Not in that directionality, but in this directionality. There we go. So that's intended to dock up to the next truss. And it's going to be interesting to see how that ends up actually going. But for now, that will definitely do. We can extend that back like this. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is repairs on this guy. So I want to grab repair kits, which are currently located here, right? So we're going to grab 1 and 2 repair kits. We're actually going to need 3 repair kits here. So we can... Please stop that. Okay. We can now let go with Bill here. And we're going to head up over this direction. So step 1, we are going to be repairing this thermal control system. It needs an EVA repair kit. Did we not grab those? Did we put them in here? Hang on. Where did we put them? Okay, yeah, we put them in the lab. Here you go, Bill. Grab your EVA repair kits. There you go. And now we're going to just head up over this direction and repair that thermal control system. Perfect. Now, I'm going to freeze physics here. There we go. We're seeing some physics build up there. So I want to detach. Operation in progress. Cannot detach. Do we need to repair the Gigantors? Those are 4 kits each, by the way. So we're going to have to dip into our other repair kits, for sure. There are more repair kits in here, only 1, but we do have other repair kits here at the station. So what I want to do is I want to detach these, but maybe we can't do that while they are not repaired. So where are those other repair kits at? Are they over here? In one of these modules? Hang on, I'm not actually sure where we stuck those. They're definitely around. That's where struts are. I'm 100% certain that we brought up a bunch of repair kits at some point. Where were they? And also, yeah, we've got some pretty good tumbles going on here. I think we need to detach the shuttle and get it out of here. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to move Bill back down over here. As far as the repair kits go, we definitely need to get that taken care of. But we're going to put Bill here. Shuttle, please stop being awkward. Thank you. Okay, we're going to need to fix these physics. So the shuttle's being super awkward. We're going to board here. And as soon as the shuttle gets around to a semi-reasonable position, we'll freeze the physics. About like that. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let go here. And we're going to RCS. Hang on. Shuttle, please. We're going to RCS the shuttle. And we're going to pull away a bit from the station. Okay. We need to pull down. And then kill rod. Okay, this'll do for now. And then we can just kill our relative velocity. We can set as target here. We can point at relative velocity minus, which is right up over here. And we can bring that right on down. Cool. And then we can put all of this away, right? So we can disarm you. Actually, we're bringing it up. We can bring that down. We can put all of this away. So target angle of 0. Target angle of... This is going to actually be negative 180. Or just 180. It doesn't matter which. And then we can unextend these. Something like that. Okay. So we're still working on killing our relative velocity here, but there we go. That'll do. That is close enough. Now I'm going to have Bob EVA. Bob is going to head on over. It would have been easier to have him head over while we were attached, but physics were going crazy. And we see this lighting thing happening again. Hopefully that doesn't mean that the station is broken. That would be awkward if it did. But we're going to have you board here. No, the station is fine. So Bill's going to EVA, and Bill is going to return on the shuttle, right? So he's going to head on back here, as he apparently impacts the arm. Hilarious. And we're going to head on back over this direction. Never mind. He's going to impact the door and just go tumbling. That's okay. We can get back over here. It's not the end of the world. Down we go. Now, the real question is, where do we have those repair kits? I'm going to just park Bill here for the time being. He's going to be based out of the shuttle now. And I'm sure that we have extra repair kits here somewhere. The question is, where? Those are struts. Maybe we didn't have as many repair kits as I thought we did. In which case, we can't actually do all of the repairs just yet. It's a fuel tank adapter. We've got these service modules here. That's a fuel tank. Oh, here they are. They're up in the hitchhiker storage container. I knew they were here somewhere. So, Bill, you're going to head up over there and grab yourself some of these. Excellent. Now we're going to have to move a little bit closer again with the shuttle. We're not done here yet by any means. But what I want to do is I want to find out, do we need to repair these before we can move them? That is a possibility. And we'll find out. Okay, so we're just going to park about here for now. Yeah, operation in progress, cannot detach. So I'm guessing that the operation is that it's broken. So we repair this Gigantor, and are we able to move it now? Yes, we are. Okay, so we'll put it there for the time being. And now we're going to need to go get another set of kits. So that's okay. We'll hop over to the hitchhiker storage container. And as soon as we're in range here, which we apparently aren't yet. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4 kits. Okay, we can just grab that whole stack. That's okay. Perfect. So we're going to head down here, and we're going to need to get those hinges over here, right? The question is, can we actually carry the hinges? I don't know. They might be small enough for us to. We can find out. So we can repair this kit, and then I just want to move the Gigantor out of here, right? So I want to detach the Gigantor and just put it here for now. That's a temporary position for it. Now, can we hold this hinge? Actually, yes, we can. So we can carry the hinge back, and we don't actually have to move the shuttle. That's great. So we're going to put the broken hinges, I think, down over here. It doesn't matter where they go, just as long as we know where they are and which ones are broken. So we're going to grab an unbroken hinge. We can't grab both simultaneously, which is, of course, sad. But we can then head back over this direction with one of our hinges. I want to check, how are we doing on EVA prop? We've got a decent amount. So that's good. So this hinge... Let me think here. In terms of the actual angling of it, it doesn't matter. We can always change that. So I'm just going to put this up here, and we're going to go like it was previously. So there, except the rotation is wrong. So I want to use the rotate tool to make sure that we are rotated like this-ish, but I want to be on snapping. Okay, how's that? If we come out of that tool. Okay. Yeah, it's still a little off. So we would need to... Let's just get this hinge out of there for now. Actually, no, let's leave it there for the moment. And let's move this guy up to here. That'll do. Then we can detach this hinge and go get the new one. However, we're going to need to set the angle of the hinge. So we can do that here. I want this to go out... Yes, -90. Okay, there we go. Now let's go get that other hinge real quick. So we'll need to drop off the bad hinge. And we can bring that back with us. No problem whatsoever. So we'll drop off the bad hinge here. There we go. And we'll grab our good hinge. There we go. As soon as the weld is done, we'll head on back. Cool. We're just under half EVA prop, but we're also almost done here. So that shouldn't really be any sort of a problem. So we can just park right up over this direction. Put in our hinge. And the hinge is going to want to go like this direction, right? But I want it to attach to this attach point. So something like... Boy, it really doesn't want to attach there. Okay, let's put it on here with angle snapping, just so that it's actually at the right angle, and then we can put it on like that. Okay, so that'll do for now, and then as far as the actual positioning of it, this is fine. We really only need the one hinge here, I feel like, but that'll do for the moment. And I want to get us basically nestled right on in here. Yeah, about like that. And then I'm going to grab this guy, and we're going to put him here, but this is the wrong rotation. That's approximately right. We'll get it fixed in a moment. And then this guy would go right up over here. And that is the correct rotation. So that looks good. We would then do... Ooh, that is not straight, I don't think. Okay, that's close enough. If we need additional repair work, we can always get that done. Right? So we can now exit EVA construction mode. We can extend this solar panel. We can extend this solar panel. We can extend this radiator, and we can extend this radiator. And there we go. So that is our repair work and our little bit of refit on the Z1 truss completed. Fantastic. We can now bring Bill back to the shuttle, and the shuttle is ready to head home. So that is absolutely great. Of course, it's a little late in the episode to head home, so we're just going to hop on in here. There we go. We're going to board. We're going to hop over to the station and make sure it's not broken. It is not, so that is absolutely phenomenal. There we go. The station is in a reasonable state right now. Of course, it needs more work, but we'll get there. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.